Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. So listen, I wanted to discuss something which kind of pains me, but I think it is so real, is what I call bad black owned business fatigue. Now, am I saying this is for all of us? No, it does not reflect us. But I really wish within my heart of hearts, the ones that don't want to be professional, why don't you do us all a favor and close up your raggedy dust bucket shop if you are not going to be professional? If you cannot appreciate customers and handle them with care, sure, you're going to have some problematic customers. That does happen. That's part of it. But it blows my mind, even when there are those of us who are professionals ourselves, we have to deal with this nonsense of bad black owned business fatigue. For example, just now, I had made a purchase with a company. It's black owned, and I didn't think anything of it. It was over. I said, "Okay, over the phone, cool. Yeah, I see you guys. Great. Okay." So I just buy a little something, and then I look up, and I did give the card over the phone. Yeah, my mistake. So I look up, and I'm just trying to understand for the life of me. Can someone explain to me? Let's say an item costs like $25, and I've got one. Okay. So how does it go from $25? I've got one, and then next thing I know, uh-oh, the, how am I hit for over $400? Where did I do this? How is it possible? Then I call, and he's got his woman, little Kiki, working for him. Oh, and she's ever so rude. Well, see, what happened, man, is when you purchase from us, do we have a contract or do I have a receipt? But we also said I purchased one. But we Okay, so if you sent me something else, which I know I didn't buy, can you tell me where to go to? The same address? When was it sent? Do you have receipt? Oh, well, we don't have none of that. But so and so, ma'am. This is based on what so and so said. Bad black owned business fatigue. So then you know what you got to do. You got to go ahead and contact the bank. Go ahead and contact the bank and then let them know what is happening. Then show your receipt and go through all of that. See, this is why a lot of rich black people, when they have money, they do not patronize a black owned business, let alone a small, not a small black owned business. This is why, because it's going to be always, more than likely, I can't say always, but you're going to run the risk of some idiot in charge who wants to always try to get some extra money. I am convinced that black people in some of these businesses, they will treat the black customer one way and then treat a white customer, a non-black customer, a totally different way. In the past, I have had issues with it. Um, and I try to be the person, well, I'm not going to complain because I want to think in my heart of hearts, okay, that experience that I experienced was just a one off. I have paid for merchandise, never got it. And I'm not one like, okay, I don't want to complain because you know what? I don't want to make their business look bad. Maybe it was just a mistake. I've had black people in business. It's like, hey, guess what? You know what? I did purchase that. And I said, yeah, I just kind of, once I told the black man, I said, yeah, I never did get it. And he was like, really? I said, yeah. I said, but just check because I knew he was the owner. So that was different. Come look up. What do you think happened? You can have haters working for you, trying to bring down a business. He had to go back and check. It's like, yeah, I did see a receipt. Our order never came out. He talked with the worker. That person lied and said, oh, I did send it. I did send it. But he sends everything out with tracking so he can track it. He's selling stuff. This is like cost me $75. Goes back. The worker said they sent it. Okay, but where's the tracking where you sent it? Oh, I can't find. Well, they have an account that they built through. It tracks everything. So long story short, I've got to be realistic. The worker just got the money and didn't fulfill the order. And I felt bad for him because I thought, wow, if that person is doing it to me, how do you know they're not doing it to other customers? Ergo, give your customer a bad name because you got a hater. You got a hater. Unbelievable. Sometimes our people get so jealous of each other. So then I look up, and so I'm like, now I got to go through all these how we go from $25 to 400 and something dollars. What the hell is this? And you already charged me? and then got a nasty attitude with me. Bonquifa again. See, this is why this group has poverty is and ignorance. It's too many TDGs. I really wish the bad black owned businesses, because I'm tired of you, I wish they would just go ahead and close up shop right now. I had a magic wand to go ahead and bank up your silly behind. So the positive people can go ahead and go forward. And then a person that's not janky like that, that's an honest small black business owner, they are automatically, you got to go ahead and jump through hoops because people just waiting for you to go ahead and mess up. This is why this group has poverty, ignorance. Then I thought about real estate. I can count personally, no, four. I thought it was three, four issues on real estate. It has gone wrong. It has gone wrong. Trying to put money into your pocket. I mentioned before about the lady, and I guess she had an assistant who was a black man, just to get the email. Hey, sir, yeah, I didn't get the email. Oh, I sent the email. Okay, well, I said, I searched the date. I said, so your email address, let me confirm. And I type in a search, bar. Nothing comes up. Yep, I check spam and all, nothing comes up. A simple task. Well, can you do me a favor? Go ahead. How about you can just resend it now while I'm on the phone with you and I can confirm receipt? He refused to do that. I already sent it. Oh, I'm trying to put money in her pocket. I had to let her know, but she gonna stick with Tyrone. We just moved on. It's like, girl, in Palm Beach, first of all, I know realtors in Palm Beach. They don't, and if it's a house like 500,000 or below, girl, they don't deal with that. It needs to be a million or at least close to it before they don't do showings on that. No, $500,000 home, 400,000, 300,000. Yeah, it's a waste of their time. I just said they choose not to because they didn't hire in real estate. So I said, I'm gonna try to throw this to a final black woman, throw it to her. That didn't turn out. So you're gonna talk to me crazy? Just leave him alone. Drive out of state looking for a property. He's like, oh yeah, I found a black woman realtor. We're gonna go with her. And we're good, sign the contract and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I want to look at this over here. It's like, how the heck are you trying to sell a house that we don't want? Are you crazy? Well, I want to show you this. You can show it, but we don't want it. Then she got real attacking, saying what all she doesn't do, and if you don't like it, as if she's the only one in town. What a fool. I was like, what the hell is this? This is crazy. Look up. We just happened to be in that area, and the neighbor was driving around, and we saw an open house. Go inside, go check it out. There's a realtor, and of course, it is Becky. We haven't signed a contract with Becky. Not even. How about, again, we've traveled out of state. We rented an Airbnb, so we're just not here. We're not just chilling. So how about Becky, who we haven't signed a contract with? She already showed us, I think it was like 4 or 5 houses. Oh yeah, I can just show you some property to yada, because we want in a certain area. She'd already showed us the houses, no problem. Fell in love with one. I told my husband, you gotta make an offer today. Make an offer today. And the homeowners, they weren't there. She wasn't there. But she's like, hey, they've got cameras all around the property, inside the house. Got it. So I don't want to seem excited. It's like, I don't want her to hear me say, oh, I got to have this house. I love this house. So I just kind of whispered it because I'm like, she's got cameras there. I'm like, yeah, got to get this house. I want this house. It needs some more. You can do it. He's flipped houses before. Flipped them before. But we had a black realtor. Couldn't deal with her. She wanted to say what she's not going to do. And if we do, oh, okay. And we're not being unreasonable. We just met Becky that day. She showed some houses and we made an offer that day. Offer accepted. We made an offer that day. Sure as heck wouldn't tell Miss Kiki because she might try to get her. It was crazy to me. It is mind blowing. Talk about black Bad business fatigue. I am so done. Thought about before, young black woman, she's trying to do business. And maybe it's just me. I'm just having bad luck. I am professional when it comes to business. I am more than dressed appropriately. I am that girl. Look up. She's selling these. Let's say, for example, you've got like option, like we've got different options here for our product, plan A, B, C, and D. I want plan B. Well, she wants to sell me plan A. But I'm like, actually, this for the second option, that is really going to meet my needs for this product. So I'm going to go with B. Well, I think you need A. I said, I appreciate it, but looking at all the details, what it has to offer, the second option is what I would really like to purchase. So this is going to be the one I purchase. Maybe in the future, I will reconsider, if the need exceeds what is necessary. Hey, can we consider? All of a sudden, she got an attitude with me and starts sighing. Well, what you really need to do is, and she kept pushing that plan. So when I saw, I thought, okay, so I've said it 3 times. And oh, okay. So it sounds like you want me to buy the most expensive plan or not. And you're sighing. So what did I do? I just politely, well, let me think about it in the conversation and left. I didn't go, girl, I don't get what, we know what, I'll think about it. Get back with you. No, I'm done. I've made it clear. And, you know, that's that. Go purchase this somebody else. Why? Something before I mentioned doing a mailing and the name on it, and then I have my baseball cap on with the business name on it. Oh, is that you? What do you think happens? Tyrone behind the counter. Wow, the price is almost triple what I paid before. And I realized what he did to charge me more money. He probably thought, oh, you have a business. Oh, I see, which I did, because he asked me, is that you if I was an owner? He said, yeah, I've been seeing that. Uh-huh. Now the price triple. Then you gotta go back and correct it. See, time is money. People don't have time for all these old silly behind, I want to get some extra money actors. People don't have time. It is exhausting. It is time consuming. Again, that is why a lot of rich black people that have money, unless they kind of know, a lot of them don't want to take a chance on somebody that just looks like them. It's not worth it because it's gonna always be some kind of, not always, but a lot of cases, you're gonna find some kind of, I gotta get over. I'm going to have to get over and get me some extra money. That's what I'm going to do. Just can't do business and just grow. That's why this group is going to always have high unemployment. Mm-hmm. That's why they'll always have that. That's why there's poverty. Don't listen. It's always a tacky attitude in a lot of cases. And I thought about it and I said, and it also, like I said, it makes it easier. You can't worry about, oh, don't worry about what they're going to do as a whole because there's nothing you can do. As my aunt and we were discussing, some people just don't listen, and that's fine. They don't want to listen. Let them do what they're going to go ahead and do because they are anyway. That'll be their downfall. Someone trying to talk to them, trying to listen, that they don't want to hear it. That's why when you talk about bad black owned business fatigue, I wish those people would just go ahead and close up shop because you're really making it harder for the ones who are positive. You making it, you causing a problem that doesn't need to be. So then when someone shows up and they're a professional and they're about it, they want to make something happen. Oh no, they're gonna have to suffer. This right here, it needs to stop. If you're gonna be attacking in business, just don't do it at all. Because we're not seen as an individual. I remember this chick I knew, and she's like, "Oh yeah, what you should do in your business? You should go ahead and offer them a discount, like 20% discount, girl." And then she started. Then she was smiling. She's like, "And then don't give it to them." I'm like, "Why would I do something like that to discredit myself? You want me to?" And I thought about it. So if she had a business, that's what you would do, and then all it's going to lead to is a whole bunch of customer complaints. They're going to be complaining. It's going to be a bad look for you. Bad black business fatigue, and we're not going to even get started on contractor. Oh gosh, I'm not. We're not gonna get. We're not gonna even get started on that. We are not even gonna get started on a contractor. We're not. Come late, leave early. Other contractors, man, they're up and at 'em. Mijo, let them need to get a roof done. Mijo, they'll be hammering and knocking 6 o'clock in the morning, not waking up out of bed, already on top of the roof going. Here comes little TT at 10. Oh, and he needs lunch at 12. You gotta be kidding me. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. Don't know how to get the job done, knock it out, and go on. Then want to always, sure, things happen, you know, with pricing, but it's always something. I kid you not, had a black man as a contractor, listen to one of the mammies. I should have known, listen to her behind. So I was doing an add-on, and so I have a will call order. I mentioned before about this, a will call order at Home Depot. First of all, it's an add-on. I'm doing everything new. So I had bought, like, you know, with this order, it was like boxes of new, let's say, nails, brand new nails. Okay, this is my money. Brand new nails. I done charged this stuff and paid some of it cash. Brand new nails. I just happened to go check and see, and I'm looking. I'm like, what is this that's nailed in on the sheetrock? This fool, y'all, he had used some old rusty nails. I'm like, oh, hell no. I just bought the boxes of nails. He had used old rusty behind nails and was having her in. And I'm like, where are the new nails? He says, oh, I don't know. So then when he had went to grab something for lunch, I saw the check. I sure did look in his things. This fool done stole the new nails and put them on his truck. So he finna use the old raggedy nails on, I'm paying him, by the way, the old raggedy nails on my property, and he gonna steal the new nails that I bought, and I had to call him out on it. Again, don't listen to these mammies, because they'll be black male identified. Oh, well, what he do. Do not listen to these older black mammies, because whatever these men do, I should have known, listen to her. I let him know, no. I purchased new ones. You're not going to put these raggedy, rusted nails on my property and then keep the new ones. I kid you not. That's what he did. Then had some other stuff left over, like insulation. And it was like, I think it was like maybe $400. It was something like $358. Yeah, somewhere in there that was left over, material wise. I thought, okay, then I'll just go ahead and just take this back. You know, I can fit it in, just take it back and get the receipt. So he said, oh, I'll go ahead and do it and let him know. I'll go ahead and do it and let him know. Really? I'll take it up there. And then okay, get your money. So look, next thing you know, he goes, oh, I dropped it off. You dropped it off. So then I go to Home Depot and I was like, oh yeah. I said, we had a return. And so the contractor, so and so, he said he dropped the things off. So I'm just here to go ahead and put it back on my card, back on my Home Depot card. They're like, no one's come up here. I said, yeah. I said, he was the guy I was up here with before the contract, and yada, 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 yada. And the man said, he said, oh, yeah, we already gave a refund on that. I said, well, you couldn't have. He checked and said they already gave a refund on it, and they gave him cash. I said, well, you couldn't have. I said, because number one, and he signed for it. I said, he couldn't have, because number one, I said, I used my Home Depot card. So it would go back to the card. So what do you mean? So it turns out he knew somebody that worked in customer service there, and they did take the items back, and the idiot gave him cash. Turned out it was one of his, I guess, associates, and that person, they said, yeah, we're going to go ahead. They said, oh, yeah, we're really sorry. They did go ahead and credit my card back the money, and they said, yeah, they're going to let that person go, because that's not how it's supposed to go down. You gave him cash? It's like, how could he sign for the refund? And it should go back to the card. So I did get my refund on that. And what they said, yeah, they said, we had a problem with him before. Yeah, let's not blame it on the race thing. It is what it is. They said we had a problem with him before, and so we're not going to be honoring any more will calls with him, with customers. Excuse me. What did that tell you? He's shady. He's stealing. shady and stealing. Why do you gotta go through all that? Then they get a new, like I said, it can happen any contractor. But maybe sometimes you're expecting too much of your own just to do the right thing, and that's when it goes wrong. Like I said, I thought about that. That with a realtor. When has it gone right? Remember before calling a realtor, black woman, want to see this house, and we had an agreement to meet at a certain time. I'm here, she's not there. Oh, I'm over here at this house. You need to come over here and see this one. I said, well, I actually want to see this one over here. As I'm outside the house waiting, she didn't show up. I'm done. I said maybe it's me. I'm just having some bad luck. But I'm really convinced that sometimes with our people, they'll act one way with other groups, non-black people, and when with their own will just get tacky. Is the self-hatred that real? That's why you're going to have a whole lot of poverty. That is why you think about it. As I've noticed this and I've seen this so many times, it's people that's got major money, you'll see who they're dealing with, and it's sad because somebody that looks like you, and if you're doing well and we think you're doing better, don't know how to just appreciate the person, do good business, be professional at all times. That way you can get more money and make referrals. Make referrals. Can't do that. Too stupid, too dumb. And it's really sad. Like I said, I thought about it. Maybe it's just my bad luck. Maybe it's just me. But the bad black business owner fatigue, I am so over it. The next property, and I'm sure there will be one, I'm not even taking a chance. And then wonder why. Sometimes it's a grand opening, grand closing. Grand opening, grand closing. So yeah, it takes too much time to have to go back and correct and explain and go through drama. While you're doing it, you could be doing something else that's more positive. Yeah, so let me know. Like I said, maybe it's just my luck. But I don't think it's just me. I am done because it's exhausting. I am over the bad black owned business fatigue. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.